Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. We're excited to have you like we always are. It's the way we always start our videos because, wow, we just appreciate you stopping by for a visit. We really appreciate that. Well, today we're going to redo this PowrKraft fencing pliers. And so you can see it's PowrKraft and how good looking that is. I did show this in another video when we first got it. I dumped it into the bath and I thought, you know what, before I start polishing it up and throw it in the drawer, let's kind of play. Let's kind of do something a little bit different with this thing here. This thing is, it's old, but instead of, I've done several of these so far and just kind of polished them up and blued them and different ways like that. But I think I want to try to do something just a little bit different. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but let's just see. Let's just kind of play. All right, so that's the condition. So take your last look at it. We're going to take it over to the wire wheel, and then we're going to start trying to, in the conditioning belt, and we're going to start to clean it up. Now, this probably shouldn't take too long, so let's see how we do. All right, let's get the camera turned around and let's go. Okay, we are done with the wire wheel. So this is what it looks like here. So you can see it cleaned up pretty good, didn't it? Wow, look at that. Look at that knurling on there. Isn't that just good looking? Wow, it's just beautiful, I think. But anyways, we're going to take it up to the next level, I believe. Now, let's go through and wipe it all down with alcohol. Let's get all the dust and debris that we can see on this off, and then we're going to blue it, and then we're going to take it one more step further than that. But before we go to that last step, let's go through and clean it all up. All right, let me grab some alcohol and a shop towel, and let's see what we can do. Be right back. Okay, we are back here. So let's go through and let's put some alcohol on our little shop towel, and let's wipe this bad boy down. Let's just see if we can kind of get it cleaned up just a little bit more. So it's pretty clean anyways, but we want all this debris off of it because we want this bluing to really take hold here. So the free of contaminants, the better of that we can do. I think the bluing is just going to go deeper and deeper and just look better. So let's just kind of see what we can do to wipe it all down real quick. All right, so let me finish this and then we'll get going on this. And we want to try to get every nook and cranny, by the way. Every single little part that we can do, we want to be able to do that. Now, typically, I just use my little shop towel, which is what's going to get the majority of it, right? And so that's going to be good. But this one has all these little grooves, so we're going to want to get in there as well. So let's go through and see what we can do to kind of wipe all those down. And how we're going to do that, incidentally, is that I brought over one of my little Q-tips with the point on there. So we're going to go through and utilize this to get in here as well. So we're going to go through and try to wipe as much as we can down. So, okay, I think we got it. All right, so it's pretty well clean. We're going to go through and continue to work at it just a tiny little bit more, and then away we go. We'll be ready to start doing some bluing. So let me go trade out my little tip here, and let's see what else we can do. All right, so I'm back. I got my new little Q-tip, cotton tip on a stick here, and let's start seeing what we can do here. All right, so we're going to start putting it right on here. You can see immediately how it starts to take that on. I can't begin to tell you how important it is. I've used bluing lots of times in my beginning days. I didn't take that step of wiping it down with the alcohol in trying to really get the contaminants out of it. And I really suffered the consequences of not having it turn out as crisp as I would have hoped. And so that's a very important step that you want to make sure that you don't miss there. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to bore you with this because we've just recently had a video with me doing some bluing. So let me go through and finish this up, and then I'll be back. Okay, we are done with the bluing. Now you can see it's been sitting on there for a few minutes. I'm going to go rinse it off now so you can kind of see the before effect of rinsing. Now remember, when I rinse it, I also go through and take some 4/0 steel wool and I kind of gently go over it just to kind of get it consistent. So let me go do that, and then I'll be right back here. Okay, we are back. So when we look at this, we can see how nice and clean that turned out, right? I haven't even put the oil on it yet because I wanted to kind of highlight that lettering. And let's see how that just even takes, first of all, on this PowrKraft portion here. And so, boy, it's nice and clean now. Remember what it looked like before? All rusted up and such like that. So let's go through and see if we can apply some paint in there. And incidentally, this is some paint pen that I have. This is what I use, overseas paint, and it's an enamel paint that should stay in the area. So there's just a little bit in here. Let's see what we can do to highlight that just a tiny little bit, and then let's see how it looks. And that determines what we do next here. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. All right, so we're going to let that dry for just a few minutes, and then we're going to try to just peel off some of the excess here. Okay, all right, so there's where we're at there, and that's the initial look that we have. Now the other part I was thinking is, should I blue this portion up here? And the reason why I'm doing it blue, incidentally, is because when I look at some of the PowrKraft screwdrivers, PowrKraft kind of had this look that they were known for with the blue. And so I thought, okay, well, let me just maybe highlight that as far as the blue. Maybe do we do a little bit down here? I don't know. I don't know. And so let me see how this turns out, and then let me think about this, and I'll show you here at the end of the video where we're at. Okay, so let's let this dry, and then I'll probably come back and show you how it all turned out. All right, here we go. Okay, and we're back. Can you believe it? Wow. I got to tell you, this project was actually a lot of fun. They've been sitting around for just a minute, and I thought, you know what, I need to get it off my bench. I got too many tools up here, and I'm sure I'm glad I did this. In fact, I told you I wanted to experiment just a little bit. So now remember, what we did is that we did that PowrKraft in blue. So what do you think about that? Man, I think it just pops, don't you? And so I love that. Now over here, I kind of cleaned up the face just a little bit more, and so that kind of makes it pop out just that way as well. But then I told you I was thinking about taking it a step further. I actually got up the nerve and did it. So let me show you what I did. And so I went through, not only did we do the face, but we actually did the knurling in here. And so, I mean, it looked good just the way it was. It really, really did. But you know what? I've done enough of these, and I just thought, you know what? I want something a little bit different. I did that one for Kirk and some other ones, and I just thought, you know what? I want this one to be customized. I want it to be mine. And so, but look at that. Oh my goodness. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Or at least I think so. You may not think so. And if you don't like it, put that in the comments. It helps me understand what people are after that way. But that's the way it kind of popped for me that way. So, my goodness. Love it, love it, love it. So the insides turned out great. I oiled it, by the way. So remember, I blued it, and then I colored it. And then after, the last step was I put some oil on it. And that's gonna That's going to help maintain this look and keep it from rusting up. So there's our PowrKraft fence pliers. I hope you like it. One last look as you go through. Here's the knurling again. So tell me what you think. Good, bad? You liked it, didn't like it? Give it thumbs up, thumbs down. Hopefully it's thumbs up. And if this is your first time here, you know what? We don't just do tool hauls. We do some restorations. Sometimes we do some customized restorations. And so I really enjoyed this one. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. And until next time, we'll see you on the next one.